Good morning, dear students. This is Shamima Nasrin Rini, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Dhaka Mohanagar Mohila College. I am welcoming you to online classes. I hope that all of you are in sound health by the blessings of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. How is your study going on? I hope that the answer will obviously be positive. Anyway, in our today's class, we are supposed to read William Blake's poetry, Holy Thursday. We have another poem in Songs of Innocence by the same name. I am hopeful that you have already read the text. The title of the poem is Holy Thursday. That means Ascension Day. It is the day that commemorates Christ's resurrection and ascension to heaven. On this day, many Catholic churches hold services of children. The poem depicts the marching of children to St. Paul's Cathedral, where they will sing a song in praise of God. Sorry. The poem's setting refers to a traditional charity school service at St. Paul's Cathedral on Ascension Day, celebrating the 40th day after the resurrection of Jesus Christ. These charity schools were publicly funded institutions. These schools were established to care for and educate thousands of orphan and abandoned children in London. Now I am reading the text for you. Please be attentive. Holy Thursday, written by William Blake. It was a holy Thursday. Their innocent faces clean. There means the children's. The children walking two and two. They are walking two by two, in red and blue and green. Red, blue and green dresses. Wearing red, blue and green dresses. Grey-headed beadles walked before with wands as white as snow. Here beadle means officer of the church, and wand means like a rod in their hand. The officers of the church were walking before the children, guiding them, and a rod in their hands. Till into the high dome of Paul's they like Thames water flow. Oh, what a multitude they seemed, these flowers of London town. Seated, here the children are compared to flowers, and the procession of the children is compared to the river Thames. Seated in companies, they sit with radiance all their own. The hum of multitudes was there, but multitudes of lamb. Here the poet is comparing the children to lamb. Thousands of little boys and girls raising their innocent hands. Now, like a mighty wind, they raise to heaven the voice of song. Beneath them sit the aged men, wise guardians of the poor. Then cherish pity, lest you drive an angel from your door. That's all from the text. Now I am giving you the summary of the poem. The first stanza captures the movement of the children from the schools to the church. The poet compares the procession of the children to the river water of Thames, which flows through the heart of London. In the second stanza, the poet compares the children to flowers of London town. This comparison emphasizes their beauty and fragility. This comparison indicates that these children are not city's refuse and burden. Instead, they are fairest and finest. Next, the children are described as resembling lambs in their innocence and meekness, as well as the sound of their little voices. The lamb metaphor links the children to Jesus Christ, whose symbol is lamb, and reminds the reader of Jesus' tenderness and care for children. In the third stanza, as the children begin to sing, they are no longer just weak and mild. The strength of their combined voices raised toward God evokes something more powerful and puts them in direct contact with heaven. Their song is compared to a mighty wind and harmonious thundering. Lastly, the tempestuousness of the children's song suggests a divine wrath and vengeance. Blake ends his poem with a request. He bids us to show pity to these young birds, who are really angels of charity school. He also urges that if we do not show pity to these children, we will be neglecting an angel from our door. The children are compared to lamb. Lamb is the symbol of God, we know. Here again we see that William Blake is glorifying childhood like Wordsworth. The poet wishes to convey the message that the children are like angels, pure in heart, and so it is better to love them than drive them away. My dear students, thank you very much for listening my class. We will meet in the next class. Until then, be safe and be regular with your studies. Khuda Hafiz.